Struggling with debt? Bills, loans, credit cards? Need a way out? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. Free, impartial advice on all your debt matters.
This is CASSIUS Rifle TV in association with MTK Global. Delighted to be joined by a very glowing-looking Johnny Nelson.
I've been to the gym. I've been working out.
So,
I've been working out, G.
I always say to you, what time's good for you? And last night you said 10 a.m. It's now 11
I know that,
a.m.
but I forgot. You know what? I've been
How
to
can
the
you
gym
forget
since...
between last night and this morning? I don't get that.
Yeah, because I went to the gym and I should have started at 7, finished at 9, but I ended up starting at 8 and finishing at 10. So, you know.
How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm just working out. You been shopping this morning? Baby shopping?
I was, and then I had to drop her back and go, I've got to meet Johnny in 10 minutes. I've got to rush back.
This is going to be a problem. I'm just saying, you're getting into fatherhood, so you got to stop prioritizing, my brother. You've either got to just say, you know what, I ain't working this time for my woman and my baby, or you got to tell some bitch-ass lies and say, listen, I've got to change the tire in my car, otherwise I won't be able to carry with a baby extra, and then go and do your thing and come back in. I'd advise you to do the first thing, which is tell the truth and prioritize. Put your woman and the baby first. Is she listening? No,
she's not here. I'll just tell her the truth. I'll just say Johnny Nelson's a fucking messer. So
yeah, but you shouldn't do that, man, because on a bad day, she's going to cuss you out. You're choosing them, not over me and your child.
It's either me or Johnny Nelson.
What father are you?
Can't wait for it. Can't wait. September's been a bit quiet, really, isn't it? There's not really been loads of boxing. We know Frank's got a show on this week. He had a show on last week. Got the World Boxing Super Series. Nothing from Matchroom this month, but I don't know. It seems a bit quiet this month, doesn't it?
It is quiet, but I suppose, hopefully, I know there's a few things have been penciled in for October, November, and December, depending on how the state of the world is at that time. I don't know how it'll affect our game, because we've quite clearly seen fights where we've had no crowd there at all. Just they've got to pencil things in, keep spirits up, keep people excited, and looking forward to getting some fights on.
So something that has been announced since we last spoke is the rematch between Dillian Whyte and POVETKIN, which has been set for November the 21st. Crowd or no crowd, it's going ahead. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, straight back in there, as we expected. It's going to be before the Fury Wilder fight. So they're not messing about. They want to make this wrong or right.
That's what I'm saying. You've got so-called professionals saying it's the worst thing that you can do. And time again, we've seen, well, actually, it's not the worst thing you can do. AJ did it, came back, got the win. I'm quite sure if we go through history of boxing, it can be done. It has been done. It just depends on how mentally strong. I think Dillian's mentally strong to be able to fix that. And I don't think the threat of it being his last fight, obviously what happened in the last fight is going to affect this fight. So I think I'd said before, and I don't know what went on behind closed doors with Dillian and Mark Tibbs, but on the surface of what I see, I do believe that probably wouldn't have happened to Dillian if Mark was there. Only because I think Mark would have made him steady himself up a little bit more, just took his time for the first few rounds and then dropped it in boxing long. That's all. I don't think fitness-wise, I don't think anything else. I just think tactics-wise, I think it would have been a key point to that camp. I think that was the thing that made the difference. You've probably seen that and made Dillian stay aware of those short hooks that POVETKIN has.
But yeah, it's good. It's not too far away. It's just over a couple of months away. Well, it's exactly 2 months away, actually. It's the 22nd or whatever it is today. So bang on nearly 2 months away. So
you know, it was 14 years today that I retired. Officially.
Wow. Happy retirement.
14 years, man. 14 years.
14
Brings
years.
a tear to my eye.
You've been threatening a comeback for 14 years, basically. That's what that
Never
was.
gonna listen, I'm staying on my lane. I'm an old man. I can sit back and say, yeah, I'd have done this, I'd have done that.
No, you don't need to do that, do you?
Nah, them does a dumb rasta. Do a Tyson and Roy Jones, but I think even those boys are realising it's a great idea, but actually getting down to it and doing it is actually a lot harder than the real thing, because it hurts. You can't get over injuries. You can't get over. You're not as fit as you used to be, and especially if you used to be a brilliant fighter, and then you can nowhere near reach the heights in training.
You call yourself a brilliant fighter.
I was talking about Tyson and Roy Jones, but I might as well throw myself into the mix. It's just when you remember what you could do, and when you get older, you can't do. You think, bit hard. But I wonder how that's going to go, because it's been delayed and delayed, isn't it? And I'm hearing Roy Jones not feeling it now.
I don't know. We don't know. That's the thing, isn't it? There was a lot of hype around it. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I don't know, but we assume so. But we'll see. We'll see. Johnny, I wanted to pick up on some comments from Tyson Fury. He did an interview with Michelle Phelpson behind the gloves recently. Something of note he said was regarding Anthony Joshua, that he said that Joshua should just vacate the WBO and just fight him. Basically, like, you know, the belts are the belts, whatever, but are you there?
Yeah, I'm still going.
He should just vacate and fight him. What do you think about
that? It's business. These guys know that they are bigger than the belts right now. So they're in that lucrative position where Tyson and Anthony Joshua are bigger than the belts. It's not very often you get fighters that can do that can step above that. And they are in that great position where they can do it. And that's why him saying that to AJ, I'm quite sure it's something he'd do as well, because it's business, it's good business, and it's a big fight. And realistically, you can tag a title to it, but you've got the best two in the world. So it don't matter if the WWE say, well, he's not our champion. We'll say, yeah, whatever. So I can understand him saying that. And again, it's what you're chasing for. I know you fight like hell to get the titles, but if the governing bodies decide not to play ball with them, then it's their loss. It's not the fighter's loss, because officially everybody knows the score. Everybody knows who's who.
Eddie Hearn's always said that Joshua's main goal is to become undisputed. Whoever has those belts. So it was about Wilder when he had...
Yeah, but unofficially, he will be undisputed. Unofficially, if that was the case. You know, even if the governing bodies say we are not sanctioning this, unofficially, and in years down the line, you know, that's how people will look back on it. You know, this guy was this champion, this guy was that champion, he beat him. It's only because the governing body was being stupid. And so unofficially, that's the score. So if you want to go down the official route, yeah, I hear what Eddie's saying, I hear what AJ's saying, but I just think, I think either of them would be selling themselves short if they had the chance of fighting each other straight after the next fights if they win, rather than saying no, I'm gonna get all the titles first, you know, that you've let go of. So yeah, I think people would see it that way anyway.
Some other comments of note in this interview.
Smiling.
Yeah, because I thought it was funny. But Tyson Fury swiping at you, saying to you, don't come and kiss his ass. He knows what you've said. And I'm assuming it's over a prediction to do with him and AJ.
Yeah, I'm quite sure it is. But listen, I think a lot of people in our sport are scared to actually back against him. Where? Well, why? For fear of the wrath of Tyson coming back and saying something. It's my opinion, and that's what I think. It's not something I'd say behind his back, because I'd say it to his face. And in our sport, there's so many backslappers that'll tell you what you want to hear to your face. You know, you got to stand by what you're saying. So, and I'll not just say it to be mean. I'll not just say it to make headlines. I'm saying it, and I'll back up. I'll justify everything I'm saying. So you can get an idiot in the street or say something because he just wants to be mean. I'll back up everything I'm saying. So, and I think it could be a couple of things that probably tickled him a little bit. One, it may be the Dillian Whyte situation. I just spoke fact, no fiction there. Basically saying, well, Dillian Whyte, I cannot remember him actually calling out. He's the only fighter that in that realm that he's actually not called out. And so what does that tell you? You know, it tells me that he's not really fancying that fight for whatever reason. Two, it could be the fact that I said that maybe give it a belt before fighting Dillian, which he's actually talking about doing himself now, because he's saying there's bigger fish to fry, why shouldn't I do it? So again, that's contradicting himself. It's shouting it out. Or three, the fact that I said I thought Anthony Joshua would do him. Because I'm quite sure he wouldn't be upset with me saying that technically he's the best fighter out of a lot of them. Technician out of a lot of them. So I'm sure that wouldn't upset him. What number on 4 or 5? Or the fact that I just didn't agree with him and tell him what he wanted to hear. Now, so all I've done is stood by my word. If he can't handle that, tough titty. That's how it is. And I think a lot more people should say what they think instead of being bubblers and not say instead of being scared of getting cussed out.
He reckons he might give you a slap when he sees you, or no?
Well, you know what? He probably would, and I'm as old as his daddy. But I'll be too fast and too slick, too on it. And I'm quite sure he's only joking. But that's just how it is. You know, he's probably in actually saying that he's highlighted because people are saying, well, what has Johnny said? No, he's highlighted the fact. You're going to ask me, I'm going to tell you. So people are going to ask those questions. Well, has he ever called out why? Has he ever? Wait on. Go away. You still there?
Yeah, I'm there.
How do I get rid of this on my phone? Cancel. Go away.
What is it, Grinder?
Yeah. So people are now going to ask the question. Well, has he ever called that why? Or is he going to? Would he give up the belts? You know, he's only just shone a light on it. That's what he's done. Not done me. He's not doing himself any favors.
Well, I might be.
Why me? Out of all the people, why me? Eddie Hearn, yeah, I can understand. Why me? Why not cuss out the others, or why not call out the others?
Well, Hearn's Joshua's promoter, so he's going to expect that from him. But you're meant to remain neutral, aren't you?
No, I'm asking I'm asking my opinion. You know, I'm asking my opinion, and that's it. So I know, and people are saying, well, you want what I'm supposed to. I'm not supposed to say what I think, because that is company, man. That's being a company, man. You know, you got to say what you think.
Do you know there's a Twitter account called Company Man Nelson?
Is there? You know what? How can people be so stupid? How can people be so foolish? Because what? Because I'm saying something they don't agree with. You know, if they want to go down that line, that's cool. That's no problem. But anybody that knows me knows that pure foolishness. And actually, in reality, you think, well, if I'm a company man, that means I back every single Sky fighter. I'd call out every single.
To be fair to you, you only do that 9 out of 10 times.
He actually, you know what?
People say you do it all the
time.
time.
The one thing I asked for, and this is what I learned from the very beginning, I've got skin like a silverback gorilla. So no matter what you say to me, bouncing straight off me, it doesn't affect me at all, because I'll say how it is, because it makes no difference to me. I'll just say how it is. And if people like it or not, at least they'll respect it. And so that's how you got to drop it.
Well, I potentially may be speaking to Tyson this week. Maybe, possibility. So this will be on the list of agendas if that comes off this week. We'll see. But yeah, just be you, Johnny, innit?
But the thing is, if you're gonna go for the popularity vote, then you won't have your job very long, and people will see through you straight away, and that's just how it is. And there's no way, you know, I could sit down with Tyson, we can talk through it, and I'll justify everything I've got to say. I don't think many people can do that, and they'll only say it when they're in another country or the end of a phone or when they're being a little troll. You've got to be able to back up everything you're saying. And that's why you can say it with...
Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Back it, yeah?
No. You say what you believe. If you say what you believe, then
yeah, in
you'll
the
have an
eyes of
argument.
people that could be right or wrong, but whatever it is, if it's your opinion, it's your opinion.
That's my opinion. Not Sky's opinion. Not Matchroom's opinion. I don't work for Matchroom. Not that you've got to give your own opinion, and that's how you've got to drop it.
You do kind of work for Matchroom, don't you?
No, I don't work for Matchroom. You work for... In fact, you're the one that makes more for Matchroom than me.
No.
You're the one that's sat in the back of Eddie's Bentley like, hey. Not me. I've never been to Eddie's Bentley. I've never been to Eddie's house. I've never... In fact,
you have.
Fact, you're the company.
the other day.
Wait. You're the company man.
Matchroom don't pay me.
What?
Matchroom don't pay me.
Oh, then.
Sky don't. Matchroom and Sky are basically the same thing. Yeah.
A payment could come in due of I've never travelled from A to B with Eddie to a show. You know, I've seen you in the back. What?
You live in Sheffield.
It doesn't matter.
It does.
You are more his boy than I am.
I live 5 minutes up the road from him.
And what? You are more his boy than I am. That is the honest truth.
So you don't. So basically, now you're slagging Hearn off, saying you don't like him, yeah?
Wow, you are dangerous.
You wait till the part of this video goes up.
A thief will rob you, but a liar will get you home. You are dangerous.
Hearn, you slag. Oh dear. But listen, there's we're in the middle of September. We don't really know what's going on this year, just through the pandemic, more so than anything else. But if we could get, by the end of the year, Usyk Chisora, WHYTE Povetkin, AJ Pulev, Wilder Fury, I think we've had a fucking touch in boxing.
Of course we have. You know, and I'll tell you
three
one
of those
thing.
will happen, though, didn't you?
Pardon?
Do you reckon 3 of those fights will definitely happen this year? I think so.
I reckon 2 of those fights will. You mean 2 of those 3 fights? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I said 3 of the 4 fights.
Povetkin.
Chisora, Usyk as well. I'm chucking in this.
Usyk.
Wilder Fury, AJ Pulev, 4 fights.
Yeah.
I reckon 3 happen this year. I do think 3 happen this year.
I hope they do. If you want my personal opinion, I think at least 2 will happen. But I hope.
What do you think happen? WHYTE Povetkin and what?
WHYTE Povetkin and you know, I know there's still argument going on for sure. Derek King against Usyk. I think in regards to AJ and Fury, I think these guys. I love this. This is when I hope I'm wrong, but these guys pull too much money at the gate. You know, so that's a lot of money to lose at the gate. A lot of money. You're talking nearly 10 million.
Yeah, but you're talking about AJ and Pulev here. This is the fight I'm talking about for this year.
Pardon?
I'm talking, in regards to Anthony Joshua, I'm talking about the Pulev fight. Does that happen this year?
That's what I'm saying. I want it to happen this year, but I just think the gate receipts these guys generate, business-wise, would they? You know, it's a big loss. You know, so it's show business, and you know, I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, and you know what? They talk about it now. Good. I hope I'm wrong, but I just common sense tells me, wow, it's a lot of money losing on the gate. The prize fighters are going to make as much as they can.
I think the first one we're waiting to see announced, because that's the nearest one, is the Chisora Usyk fight, which I really want to see. I really want to see that fight.
So why do you think that's not being announced so far?
I don't know. I spoke to Derek and David this time last week, and they are now open to the fact that it might happen behind closed doors. Derek was originally saying that he wouldn't fight, or he doesn't want to fight.
Why was Derek saying that about not fighting behind closed doors?
Just wanted a crowd there. I get that as well, because Derek is one of them crowd people, isn't he? One of them people that does thrive off the crowd. I can understand that, but I think they're open to the fact now, by what David Hayes saying and what Chisora is saying, is that is on the table now. Do you know? And it might be a more realistic possibility of getting this fight done. Because otherwise, what are they waiting for? They could wait like 6 months, and we could be in a worse position then.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the gamble. And these guys, these guys have just been out of the ring too long. And it's nice to see that everybody's back in training, in preparation for them. So that's a good sign. But it's a horrible. It's a good time and a horrible time to be. If you're a prize fighter and that's all you live off, you know, you're struggling, man. Because whenever there's a show, you're going to scramble to get on it. This is the time when guys make the money. This fighters will make the money. So. If no shows are on, you're not earning any money. Not everybody's on life-changing money where it's set for life. You know, you've got guys on the undercard that live off that money. So it's tough. It's tough.
Struggling with debt, bills, loans, credit cards. Need a way out? Knock your debt out with Debt KO. Free, impartial advice on all your debt matters.